Have you ever had a thought that what you wanted to do is too hard? Or has it ever happened to you that you wanted to do some activity, but you talk yourself out of it? If so, you have been a victim of a limiting belief. Limiting beliefs have plagued most of our lives at some point, but it doesn't have to be like this. My name is Marcel, and my goal is to help young men reach their maximum potential. For more videos like this, click the subscribe button down below. So, what is a limiting belief? A limiting belief is a thought that is holding you back from living your life to the fullest. They often come from emotions and fears rather than logical conclusions. For example, when I was younger, around the age of 15, I started learning programming. There were a lot of projects that I started that I didn't even come close to finishing. I was telling myself that they are too hard and I can't do them. But when my brain said these things to me, it forgot a word from the end of the sentence. And that word was the word well. See, the problem wasn't that I couldn't do these projects. The problem was that I couldn't do these projects well. So the limiting belief that I can't do a project came from a fear of failure, not a logical conclusion that this project wasn't in the boundaries of my capabilities. But think of how absurd that is. Performing a skill well that you just started learning is not realistic. If you have no experience in that area, you won't perform at a professional level. So why expect that from yourself? Nowadays, whenever I doubt myself, whether I can do something I don't have much experience with, instead of just giving up on the skill, I lower my expectations and allow myself to not do a perfect job at something that is new to me. This way, I follow through with more skills that I need to learn. So what can you do about a limiting belief? Well, there is a two-step process to dealing with them. Step 1. Recognize that you are being held back by a limiting belief. Imagine the following scenario. You want to learn a new skill, let's say it is writing. You sit down in front of your computer, open a new document, you sit there thinking, but nothing comes to mind. Your mind is just blank. You feel like you don't have inspiration and your brain just starts talking you out of it. Maybe you are not fit for this, you start saying it's too hard. Normally you would just close the document and go back to watching YouTube or playing some video games. To overcome this, you have to recognize that your brain and this limiting belief is talking you out of it. Normally you don't even think about your thoughts, but in a situation like this, you have to recognize that these thoughts don't serve you and they are not logical. So, after recognizing that a limiting belief is talking you down and you didn't close that document, what's next? Well, it's step 2. Destroy the limiting belief. As I said earlier, these beliefs are not based on reality or any logic. So to destroy this belief, ask yourself these 4 questions. 1. Is there any reason for such belief? 2. Could it be that I am mistaken in this belief? 3. Would I come to the same conclusion about another person in a similar situation? 4. Why should I continue to act and feel as if this were true, if there is no good reason to believe it? I think the most important out of the 4 questions is number 3. If you imagine someone else in a similar situation like you, it will be much easier to think about the situation logically, because your emotions won't interfere. In our example, if you just imagine someone else starting out writing and just giving up because they didn't have anything come to mind, you would just say to that person like, what are you doing? You should just start writing. It won't be good because you are starting out, but that is okay because you don't have any experience yet. So keep these 2 simple steps in mind and you will find yourself achieving more than you've ever done before. Bye.